The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin.
And I got Lou from Fairfield, Connecticut. Man, how you doing, Lou?
I'm doing good, Darrell. And I got to tell you, you're not just blowing hot air out there. I think the way you look at the market is terrific. You're a nice guy as far as over the TV. All the research you do, all the homework you do, I truly appreciate it. I appreciate your view of the market. It's awesome.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Darrell Martin.
All right, folks, we're going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And just checking out where the market's at right now, what all we got going on that we can do. And as we do each and every day right here on TFNN. Don't forget you can check us out online, tfnn.mobi. You can also listen to us on your mobile phone at tfnn.mobi, and on the web at tfnn.com. All right, let's look at where the markets are at this moment. We got the S&P is currently down just a few ticks. So nothing major going on there. It's down a few ticks. We got the Russell is down just a few dollars, starting to bounce back up right now. We have the NASDAQ is down a few ticks as well, so pretty flat on the day on settlement. It's been a little bit of a choppier day, but I'm looking for a nice volatile week as these other interest rate announcements start coming into play, NFP, etc. We got the Dow is currently down 13 points, and looking on over at the metals right now. By the way, I do have a buy on Russell. You may have saw that on my screen there at the beginning of the show, so I'm long right now the 12:52.23 p.m. contract. So just in case you want to follow along on that trade. But let's see here. I'll show you the trade over here just so you know what I'm doing. I'll keep you up to date on this trade as well. But I went in and bought the 1125.2 3 o'clock contract. And got in for, an average fill of $22. And we'll see how it goes. But right now, it's moving on up. Okay, so here, I'll keep that, let me see if I can shrink this. I'm going to watch it in the side of the screen. There we go. Maybe we can watch it like right there. And, all right, so we got gold right now. It is up a little bit at the moment. I'm looking on over at oil. It is currently up a penny. We got corn is down 8 points. We got soybeans down 22. We had the euro dollar up 33 pips. We got the Aussie dollar up 7. We got the pound dollar up 9. Looking on over at dollar franc, it is down 29 pips. Dollar CAD is up 12. The dollar yen is currently up 11 pips on the day, with the Aussie yen up 15. The euro yen up 42. The pound yen up 23, and we got the euro pound is up 14 pips on the day. All right, so I think I'm going to hop in. I'm going to probably look at taking profit pretty soon on this trade. It's going well. Don't need to push it. But anyway, so just a short, little, easy scalp trades. Not too hard to do. Pretty simple. I'll show you sort of how I use the scanner to put all these pieces together. So hopping around right now, just having a trade on right as the show comes on. But let me open the scanner up and we'll look at it together. Okay. And I hopped in and I was actually looking for a 2 o'clock, but there wasn't one because the Russell had already burned through the 2 o'clock expirations. And since it burned through them already, I was like, what am I going to do? Well, it makes it really easy. If you're over here in the scanner, and I got live selected in this case, and I'm over on the small caps, not looking at anything else, and scroll down, I'm going to go, okay, well, I want binaries in this case, or you can do spreads. You can do either one. And I'm looking at, a buy signal, so I can click buy side. Again, just the Russell. So let me uncheck these. And live, right up here. Here we go. Okay. So I go down, I'm looking at it, and I'm just watching the bar right now for trailing this thing out. And I can just click right here, open it on up, and then hop out of the trade if it drops below the price that I have set for my stop. But I was looking at it, and I pulled up, and I'm like, what is there available to trade? And there was nothing on the 2 o'clocks. Well, I was able to immediately go directly to the 3s, and I was able to find $20 contracts and stay in those. So I could have looked down even further. You know, there's obviously Friday ones. I don't want the weeklies. But I could have looked at the ones that expire at the end of the day. There's even more contracts I could have checked out, 1125s. And I highly recommend you do make sure you go in and you compare and you look at a similar contract, because there has been a few times where I have found that I could have got a better price or a similar price with more time. And so basically it just gives you more time to potentially make, you know, more money on the trade. And so if I go up here, let's look at this. What I would do to make this easy for you is choose, you know, make sure you got your live or your demo selected. You know, set your default quantity. You know, I'll have mine different from what I'm trading right now. Then I'll go in, I'll select my market. If I've got to buy, I'm looking at buys. If I'm doing like out of the monies, I'll click out of the money. And then I can scroll down real quick and I'll see what's available. And I can get rid of some of these like $4 ones and stuff that are basically useless. I can also get rid of the weeklies because I don't care about those. And so I go, okay, well, I want my risk to be at least $5, as funny as that sounds, because I may just not be interested in those $4 contracts. And now I can see the entire day. Nothing at 2, here's 3, here's 4, 15, and click, boom, buy, done. And it makes it really, really fast. So the 1125, they're pushing on up, so I'm waiting to see if this bar closes back down. I'm just trailing it up, watching it. But so far, so good. And binaries move fast. You know, I get on these forum posts, and people are like, oh, man, but what about the bid-ask spread? And, you know, bid-ask spread isn't near as bad as people think it is. You just got to get in there during live market hours, I mean, where things are actually moving. So when things are less liquid in any market, then, you know, the bid-ask spread obviously is going to be a little bit wider. But, I mean, right now they're competing back and forth. When I say they, I mean the market makers are competing. I mean, we're talking about $1.50 wide bid-ask spread at the moment. And you can see that right here. So, just, I mean, a very narrow bid-ask spread. That's what I want to see. I want to see that tight bid-ask spread. Right there in the market. So, but a pretty simple, you know, way to trade them, and not too hard. And you just get in there and got to be ready to, you know, hit the button whenever it pops up. And let's see. So I'm going to take off half my contracts there and get out of those just in case things starting to pull back. And but I just it's different. I hopped in this trade literally like minutes before. Probably shouldn't even have hopped in the thing. I just saw it and I'm like, I'm going to grab it. But the scanner makes it where it's fast and easy to do it. And that really was my main point I wanted. So I got this ticket up ready to go to hit the button if I need to. But the main point I wanted to, you know, stress to you was the ability to go in and quickly find a contract versus having to click through, you know, 5 different places over on the NetX platform and go, well, that one, because sometimes, I mean, by the time you made that third click, it's already taken off. Okay, it's too late. And so haven't made that third, you know, if I click on 2 o'clocks, and then I click on 3 o'clocks, and then I click on, you know, 4:15s. Well, oh, there was a good one back at 2 o'clock. Well, great. Well, now that one's gone because it's already moved like $10 or $15. So, you know, I mean, you really can give up quite a bit just by doing that and by wasting that time trying to, you know, place these trades this way. But so far, this trade seems to be booking it. It's not done yet. I keep wanting to get out of it, but I got to stick there and follow my rules. But so far, like I said, so good, and we'll just check out as each bar moves along what it do its thing. If y'all have any questions about how to trade binaries, how binaries work, etc., you know, let me know. Be glad to, you know, help you out and answer any basic questions. But they're pretty easy. I went over a lot of this. I did a little mini webinar last night, but I went over a lot of this, and I went into, you know, all binaries worth $100. You can buy 1, you can buy 20, you can buy 100, whatever it is you want to do. But they're all worth $100. Pardon me. And, when you, how do I put this? When you buy it, whatever price you buy for, that's your risk, okay? Whatever price you go in and say, sell for, that's your profit. So if I want to enter on a buy trade, then I'll basically be able to, I guess the best way to put this, if I want to enter on a buy trade, my price is always my risk. So let me show you what I mean specifically on, say, this contract, okay? Or on, just binaries in general. So as you can see on the buy side, the price right there, that is my risk. And the scanner will automatically calculate that for you. It'll tell you, here's your risk on this contract. Here's your profit potential on this contract. And if you know that, then it makes it really easy to know what the best contract is, because you can also see risk-reward ratio. What's my best payoff? You don't necessarily want to get one that's way far out, but you may find that, I get for 2 more ticks out here, 1124.2, I can get, actually a better return than I can right at 1124. So you can find, often a better contract doing things this way, and it makes it just a lot easier for you whenever you're putting the trade together. All right, so we're out of half of those, of course, like I said a little bit earlier, but we got another half on watching that. They may end up break even if it comes on back down. We'll see. It looks like the Russell's trying to pull back intrabar right now. So, but it's not over yet. But anyways, they move fast. So, one of my points was not only do the bid-ask spreads get tighter as the market makers, compete more, but the other point I wanted to make was they move fast enough to overcome it. Sometimes it may be $7, $8, $9. And yeah, that is a large percentage, but it's not a large percentage in the reality of the options world. Okay, people, they don't understand a lot of times that they're trading options. They're not trading the underlying indicative market that's 1 tick wide that has the most liquidity with the most traders. And so they're sort of missing out on that main point there. It's like you are trading an option. You're trading a defined risk, higher leveraged product, or maybe not higher leverage, depending upon how it's laid out. In this case, you have great leverage on it, but you have defined capped risk on the trade. And it can move fast. Like when people see $7, they're thinking like in the stock world, like, man, if I had to overcome that in the stock, well, yeah, that'd be massive in a stock. But these things are going to go from 0 to 100 in minutes sometimes. Okay, so you're not worried about $5. The thing flies. Just got to know which binary to trade, and that's where the scanner comes in. We'll stay right there. We'll be right back after this break.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Investors, Taz Market Research delivers to its subscribers expert commentary on the analysis of 15 different markets each day. Get this invaluable and timely information through the daily market research videos Taz Market Research produces each day before 9 a.m. The video analysis will include reports on currencies, interest rates, indices, metals, energies, grains, and more. You'll be able to gauge where high profitability setups are in each of the markets. Receive a free 2-week trial subscription to Taz Market Research videos on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing. Darrell takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All right, folks, we're going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And so we're just checking out the markets right now, but let's go ahead and move on over. We got that one trade on. If I get out of my other half, I will let you know. And but pretty simple trade, just buying a binary and throwing it up. Okay, so let's look at a couple things here. Let me see what I got that we can pay attention to. That still has not given me a reversal yet, so still just hanging out. Waiting on each bar to close. So this last bar, definitely some, definitely a little battle going on in the last bar, but that's normal after a little run to get that. So we'll just see if it keeps moving on up. And let me add a little bit to it. We'll look at it real quick. So we'll throw on some deviations on here. It's right on our deviation levels, okay? With the Russell right now. All right, so we're moving up towards settlement. So you wouldn't even know that if you don't have that on the chart. That's massive. So the market should be expected to slow down somewhere close to settlement. Sort of like a gap fill. Obviously, it's not a gap fill trade because the gap's already filled today. Filled first thing in the morning, ran up, boom, hit the price, came down, went down 0.7. But was it 0.7 or was it more? And that's where I go in and I'll look at like deviation levels. Okay? But not just the levels themselves, an actual deviation move. And so we give you these actual numbers. You can manually put them on your chart. But right there, see, that was actually a one deviation move from high to low. So from the high to low, that's that green line hitting that black line. That was a one deviation move right there. Okay? And now it's moving on up, trying to struggle towards settlement there. And like, well, let's check out volume. Let's see how expected volume is working out with everything. It's a little, just another picture on what's happening. And we had a lot of strength in volume. That was that big run. It fired off. Bam, 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 bam. You can see volume sort of backing off at the moment. Bar is taking a little bit longer. One of the things I'll look at sometimes is a timer. I'll actually look at how long it's taking the bar to move. And I have another thing called velocity, which is sort of the opposite. It's basically let me know when a bar lasts less than a second. Okay? And so to see how long is it taking for the market to move, basically 16, or in this case 14 ticks. Put these on top of each other. Not really getting any velocity bars at the moment, so check these out. But yeah, not firing off anything on that. But you can see this bar is taking a lot longer. See, this bar right here took, see if we can get the reading. Just I need to get a little more room on my chart. Got to shrink it up here because of this. Okay, like 0.3 minutes. That one took 2 minutes. That bar didn't even take a minute. That bar didn't even take a minute. This bar right here has taken 17 minutes. So price has definitely slowed down. And just to see, when was the market moving fast on that action, when was it moving slow on that action, and seeing it by the tick versus by the time, but adding that time factor back in. And then the one last piece I'll add in is I'll look over and I'll check out expected ranges, just to see, have we met the expected move already for this hour? And so let's start, just putting the whole piece together. And we are, if I go down here and I look at my expected high to low, we're about 75% of the expected move. We actually have an expectation that goes a little bit higher, but we do have one thing in our way, and that one thing is we got that settlement price sitting right there. We can back out a little bit here. A little easier to read. We'll get that settlement price in the way of moving all the way up there, but we'll hit the one deviation high to low, or not one deviation, but the expected movement for the hour, which is set to 6.4 points. And we're currently at, let me just move this one up here. Click on a ninja, by the way. You can, this is a drawing. You may not be able to grab it, but I can move other stuff. I can move this one down. So I can move this one down here. Can move velocity down to the bottom. I can grab the timer. Can move that down. Sort of start rearranging things. And let me see. We put timer with the same as velocity. There we go. I'm trying to give myself as much room as I can on the chart to see everything. And so right now what we see is we are at a 6.4 is the expectation. And from the high to the low, you need to pull up a data box. If you want to see your data box, just click on the magnifying glass. That'll open that up. And that puts us, I'll cover when we get back. There. I'll be back right after this, okay? Still going long on this trade.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Andy Hecht has just announced a live 90-minute webinar that he'll be hosting Saturday, June 7th from 9:30 till 11 a.m. Eastern Time, entitled Energy Opportunities During the Summer of 2014. With the frigid winter having depleted some key energy stockpiles, Russian political tensions high, and the storm season for the Gulf setting up to reverberate through energy markets worldwide, opportunities could present themselves over the summer months that could provide huge payoffs. When you sign up, you'll gain immediate access to a 7-page report Andy has put together as an introduction to what he'll be covering, so you can start preparing and get a feel for what Andy will be discussing live during the workshop on Saturday, June 7th. Andy will be advising his attendees of at least one trading recommendation in each area, including crude oil, natural gas, coal, and refining spreads and oil products. The best part is that this live 90-minute webinar is only $99. Don't wait. Sign up today and reserve your spot while gaining instant access to Andy's 7-page report right now. For all the details, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, welcome on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And as I said, we're going right to settlement, and I expect it to stop. So it's stopping right there. It's chilling out. Notice, volume, again, backed off a little bit right at the end and went right into it. And let's see, what is our high over here? We got a high of, make that bar a little bit wider. Let's see here. Give me that data box back. And I can set this to, I got it always on top. All right. So I don't know why it's giving me all the trouble there. But, so probably would be a prudent thing at this point to go ahead and look at closing out your remaining position if you're still in. Let's see again. 1126.1 was our settlement price. The high, okay, of the bar 1125.6. So there's about 4 ticks. Things slowing down, starting to pull back, and easy money's been made. Go in. That's about 100% return on the trade. And you ought to be pretty good on it. Could it keep running? Of course it could. Does that mean that you need to hold on to the thing to see and give it all back? No. Now, one big advantage, okay, is if you took off half at double take off half, you may have heard that before, it removes, if we go in and we risk $20 and we take off half of the contracts, that removes our risk on the other half, okay? And so that's one of the things I like to do, and it allows me to, let the other piece maybe go a little bit further than I may be comfortable with doing. Also, you may even take off a little bit more. You may take off, say 10 of the contracts. So if you had, say, I had 40 on, you go and put on 40, and I took off, 20, basically a double, then I take off another 10. When it moves up, like starts just oscillating right there, then I got 10 left. Well, now on these 10, if I lose, I'm giving back a couple $100, but I've made much more than that. And so, if you look at 40 contracts, $40, we can go and we can do a little bit of, fun math here. Yeah, it sounds like it's like, yeah, fun math. But welcome to trading, right? So it's sort of funny with my daughter. I'm like, you need to do well on reading, and she's already like at 6th grade reading level. I'm like, you need to do well on all these other things, but you really got to get your math down because, you're a trader. So she's all about making sure that math is really good. It's like, you got to be able to do that. It's like, you don't have to do complex math, just addition, subtraction, but you got to be able to fly. You got to go through it fast. And anyways, but if you're risking, let's just say, to make it easy, we'll say $20, and you do 40 contracts. Okay, you have $800 risk on the trade. And there's a lot of different ways. There's a lot of different methods of profit management. And it's amazing how many people never get to this part of trading. And it really is essential. It's there's two sides of the same coin. Money management is not just risk management. It's also profit management. Profit management is when do you take off your trades? How do you trail your stops? Taking money out of your account. Okay? Something that many traders never do. They just keep making deposits. And they'll see their account get big, but then they'll lose it all. Take it out. And especially when you make those big wins, take it out. But you look at 800. So if I go in and on half the contracts, so on 20 of them, I made, let's say $20. I'm up, $400 on that. Well, if I'm up 400 and I only have 20 contracts left, okay, then I only have $400 of risk. At this point, I no longer have risk on the trade. If it keeps going, I still can make a nice profit. But if it went all the way back against me, worst case, I'd be back at break even. Now, I don't like that scenario because if it goes all the way back against me, then, I don't make anything, and technically I was up $800. I just took, 400 of it off. But at least I'm break even. The fear factor is gone, okay? Now, the next step is I go in, let's say I take off 10 of them. All right, so 10 of them at, another $20. So let's take it 75% off. If I go in here, and so 30 of them, I made $20. And now I only have 10 left at $20. That's $200. Now I've made $600. I got $200 of risk left. Now I'm going to walk away with $400 in my pocket no matter what. So what is the advantage of doing that? Well, let's just say this does keep going up. And, we bought an 1125.2. Okay, that's not really that impossible for it to keep rising. Okay, we got an hour and 20 minutes. If it just starts really going against us, I don't have to give all $200 back, by the way. Okay? I can watch the thing, and if it really starts going down, I can get out of the thing. Probably, 20, 15, maybe break even on the trade and still walk away with $600 on my $800 of initial risk. But if it does go up, on these remaining 10 contracts, I can make $800 in addition to what I've already made. So I can walk away with a $1,400 profit on the trade, letting it rise up. Now, I'm probably not going to let it go all the way up and make all 800. I may take it off like at $90 or $94 because why hold on to the thing till expiration? But if we get one last little surge here, any time in the next hour and 20 minutes, then I could have a pretty big profit, bigger than that original, the 2/3 or I guess what 3/4, right? I already took profit on. I could make more on this remaining 25%, or at least equal to, on this last 25%, and really accelerate my profits up. So far, we got in, we captured, trade right here, so $1,000 on the trade, but just let the thing continue to rise. We got, 10 contracts left. That's what I got left open. And so now I'm just watching the market, letting it do its thing, but you got to get that profit management down. I found so many trades you can make more money by going for less often, and then you can by trying to max them out. But I've even seen some of the stuff, by some other, well-known traders saying the exact same thing. If they've actually realized they make more money by not going for more money. This whole concept of you got to have doubles and triples and home runs and Dude, those are fun. I love them, and I do have them sometimes. I've had them right here on the air. We had $5,000 a couple weeks ago right here on the air with Tommy, and we were doing a whole gold trade. Knocked it out, made $5,000 on I want to say it was like $800 risk. Okay, that's awesome. That's definitely a grand slam trade. 400% plus and all that. But that's not what the day-to-day trading is about. So that does happen, and when it happens, you love it. But for that consistent income, it's those constant base hits. And but also leaving some room, okay? So it's leaving some room to get some of those big moves. Not always taking the base hits. And you never can really accomplish this. I know Larry Pesavento said, a similar thing. You never can really accomplish making the big profits as long as you're trading single contracts. And because you're going to be too nervous. You're not ever going to be able to take profit. You're not going to be able to move stuff to break even. And so you're always going to get out too soon, or you're going to hold on too long, and it's going to run way against you. So the sooner you can get into greater than single contracts, especially on trades that have the potential to make a lot. I'm not so much talking about even premium collection, but on like a trend trading, capturing moves. The sooner you can do that, then the sooner you can walk away with the ability to actually make more money in the market. But if it's running up and I'm like, oh, I only got one, I got to take it off now or I give it all back, you'll only ever make, say, $20 on that $20 trade. You'll never make the 80. You'll never make the 60s. Okay? You'll never make the 3, 4, 500% trades. So you really want to get to the point where you can start doing multiples. And I'm not saying you got to go in and do 40. You could be doing 2. But just saying, you want to put all the pieces together, and part of that profit management is doing it more than one contract at a time. All right, let's dive in. I know we got some news to cover. And let's see here. I want to check it out. And I'll keep an eye on that other trade there on the side, just in case we want to get out of that one. I mean, it's down to like $25, so like you could get out now and capture just a little bit of profit left on it. But I'll watch it. But if you're not comfortable, if you've already taken some profit, I mean, you could get out of the trade. I have an hour and 20 minutes, and if I only walk away with, I'll walk away with a little more than this, but if I only walk away with $600, I'd be okay with that. So I'm not worried about the remaining risk in my remaining 10 contracts. If you are, then hop out and start working again on your profit risk management, so you can allow yourself to have that freedom without freaking out. But all right, so let's hop over. Let's look at the news, where we can go. Yeah, see, that's the final 10, just sort of hanging out there. Let's see what we got. But market's acting pretty much exactly as expected. Right off settlement and coming right back down, right near the expected move, and volume completely backed off on that last up close bar after a strong move up, so it's not a surprise to see it turn back around. So now, it's also not uncommon for it to do that for a moment, like right here. We got a strong down move, pulls back up, one bar, and then turns around without a whole lot, and then all of a sudden, boom, we got another, like 4 or 5 points. So that's why I don't hop out, just because one bar is going against me. Because the market's going to oscillate. I just need to be prepared and expect that. But if it just starts flying against me, then I need to be ready to, cut the trade and move on. All right, so let's go ahead and look on over here, see what we got coming up this week that we can take advantage of. We only got about 15 minutes, so I got to go quick. Okay? And anytime we do a live trade or anything, that could eat up the hour pretty fast. But it's fun to watch. All right, so we had the Aussie dollar cash rate, all that stuff. I'm going to skip the review and jump to what's coming up. Okay, tonight we got the Aussie GDP. So the GDP will be releasing at 9:30. And let me pull up all our stats real quick, and I'll just run through them for you, get that trading plan together. And coming out at 9:30, we'll probably be looking at a 11 o'clock, but we could be looking at 10 or 11. Is that right? Yep, 10 or 11 o'clock expiration. And let me see what we're getting on the 11s. That'd be 2,300. Okay, and then also the movement previous to, so far pretty flat. Last one, big move, 50-50, then 8-8, okay? 23 ticks of movement. 2300, we got 2 ticks, nothing happening there. I mean, there's a spike, like it may spike like 30 ticks, but it bounced back. Then we got 60 ticks. Looking on over here, 2300 right there. We got 23 ticks after a 50 pick spike, so moved on back. Another 26 tick move. Then bring it back to 11. A 50 tick move. 50 tick move. Really, with the size of this move, you can have 2 trades that you can do. All right. You can do an iron condor, and based on the movement that I see previous to the announcement, I'd be comfortable with getting in as early as 6 o'clock. Okay. So you could do a 6 to 11 iron condor, but I'd want $50 on the trade. If I can't get 50, it's just not worth it because some of the moves can be, pretty decent size. So $50 minimum profit, iron condor, 6 to 11 on Aussie dollar. The other trade is with these pretty consistent 50-tick moves, you could consider looking at if you can get a trade on for, I would say this would be probably closer to 9 o'clock. I'd be surprised if this would be available. But if you could get a trade on for about 20 ticks, or we'll make it 30. If you can make it 30 ticks or less, max risk on a straddle, but I want to have taken my profit, and this is key, okay? I want to be out of the trade within 15 minutes of the release because that's when the movement happens, okay? So if this thing has not made its move in those first 15 minutes, I'm done. So at the close of the 15 minutes, I'm out. If I haven't hit a 1-to-1 already, I'm out of the trade. And that ought to help us cut, any big negative impact on that. So again, that's going to be a $30 max risk on a straddle. I don't care when you enter, but for an 11 o'clock expiration, and want to be out of the trade. Okay, so you can get it at 9, you can get it at 8. Well, you could get it at 8. Oh, yeah, you can get 8 for 10, so it doesn't matter. You can do 9 o'clock, you get in for 10 o'clock. You can do 8 o'clock for 10 o'clock. You can do, 6 o'clock for 11. I don't care. But you got to be out of the trade by 9:45. Okay? For the Iron Condor, want 50 pips. You can get as early as 6 to help you get more premium along with that implied volatility. But you are looking for a $50. You may have to leg in if you want to check that out. But you need at least a 50 pip minimum profit for the Iron Condor on the Aussie dollar. All right. So let's hop on over to Wednesday. What do we got coming up tomorrow? We have the services PMI. And, we got a lot. So services PMI. Pull that up. And go over here. And we're going to be looking at 7 a.m. expirations. Okay. Getting in as early as potentially midnight on the trade. So I have to look at not only the before, because I know a lot of people are going to be up at 4:30. I'm not going to be up at 4:30. So I'll just put the trade on, and my risk is defined, so I'm okay with that. If I'm getting it at midnight, the move I'm seeing by 7 a.m., I'll let you know when we get back. Get that trade knocked out. We also have the Canadian interest rate, too, tomorrow. So we got 2 more trades to wrap up right when we get back from this commercial break.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com. Eastern legend tells of a fair maiden who was offered a rare gift by the king of the land, a bag of pearls. The king promised that she could keep the largest, most perfect pearl she could find with these 3 conditions. 1, choose only 1 pearl. 2, remove 1 pearl at a time, accept or reject it. And 3, if rejected, it would be lost forever. She began by looking at the pearls, passing on many special treasures. She delved deeper into the bag, and soon the pearls were replaced with pebbles. Sadly, she went home empty-handed. Folks, replace pearls with time, because we cannot go back even 2 seconds. We live in the eternal moment of now. So when now are you going to take advantage of my offer to you, a subscription to my daily investment newsletter service, Mastering Probability, where you can experience the most incredible pearls for trading and investing, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator and Strategy. The offer? It gets better. A 30-day money-back guarantee. Don't go home empty-handed. Mastering Probability. Available on the homepage of TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Join David Dwight as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
All right, folks, come on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And so looking on this right now, checking out the pound dollar for the services PMI, I'm seeing a move of about 50 pips from midnight to 7. And going down, just looking at all of them real quick for you. And then we got 45 pips, 50 pips. Let's see here, 20. And so getting smaller here, 10. Which is what I expect to see on most of these. Okay, we got 15. We got 35. Let's see, we got 97. So big move there. We got 23. It's about half and a half. That's going to be a really hard trade to do if you're not managing that thing. Overall, looking at it, I mean, it's another one of those that I'd say like you'd probably want at least 45 or 50 pips to do the trade if you're not going to manage it. And a couple times you're going to get hit on it. But I mean, like the hit is like a 1-to-1, so it's not horrible. But if you're not going to be managing the trade, I mean, you're going to be really picky on this trade, which means you're probably not going to get filled. But I'd say you could look as early as 11 o'clock for a minimum $45 profit on an Iron Condor. I would not try a straddle because there's a lot of times, I mean, you're not up to manage it. It only moves like 10 ticks. So I'm just trying to say, I mean, now by the end of the day, the next day, I mean, it can be awesome. we get some great movement. But if it's not one of those big moves right out of the gate, and it'll happen quick, then it's just not going to really be worth you trying to pull a straddle off on. So now, if you get a straddle cheap, if you get it like $30, that could definitely be worth the risk. Because if it takes off, then it will just go. But don't straddle it for more than $30, and don't do an iron condor for less than a minimum profit of 45. And that's looking at getting in on iron condor as early as 6, and on the straddle. But not 6, sorry. As early as 11 p.m. for the 7 a.m. expiration. On the straddle, really the time between 11 and 2, you can get in on that. Less than $30 risk on the straddle. No more than, no more than $30 risk on the straddle. No less than $45 profit on the iron condor. And let's hop over. Let's look at the overnight interest rate for the Canadian. That's going to be our next big announcement. I'm going to see if I can get this off on the air. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it done for you, but I'm going to try. And we're going to look at this. It's going to come out at 10 a.m. What can I do on short-term, long-term? Looking at the trade. All right, we got about 40 pips. We got, let's see here. Loading up. Looks like it takes forever. Okay, 37 pips, 50 pips, 58 pips, 29 pips, 14, maximum 25, 32, 60, 25. Okay, so it's not as big as it feels like, but it can easily be highly inflated with premium. So, again, on this one, I'm going to go in. I'm going to try to get in at, 7 o'clock for a 3 o'clock. And because after that announcement comes out, you don't get a whole lot more activity. It sort of pops up, and then it just chills. You may get another 5 or 10 ticks. But most of the time, like by 11 o'clock, it's pretty much, it's cooked. It's done for the day. And usually it'll pull back. So, what is the trade? The trade, I would say, based on all the stats that I've seen, looking for a $45 minimum profit, entering as early as 7, but no later than, no later than 9:30 for a 3 o'clock expiration. Iron Condor on the dollar CAD. All right, we got him knocked out. Good luck, and I'll see you tomorrow.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
You're watching Tiger TV.